Hello Cloud Gurus and welcome to this lecture. And this lecture is all about network packet inspection in AWS. So let's get started. So what is network packet inspection? Well, it inspects the network packet headers and data content of the packet and then takes action accordingly. So it inspects the network packets in detail, it checks that the data is in the correct format, checks for malicious code, non-compliant protocols, viruses, spam, and evidence of intrusion, and then takes action by either blocking, rerouting the request, or logging it according to the nature of the threat. So it's also known as deep packet inspection, and it's a similar functionality to IDS and IPS, so intrusion detection and intrusion prevention. And it's kind of like an IDS, IPS combined with a traditional firewall. And it's sometimes called deep security, deep packet inspection, that kind of thing as well. So what tools are provided in AWS to protect our networks? Well, we've got a few different tools. We have the VPC flow logs, and hopefully you already know that VPC flow logs, they capture the network flow for a VPC, subnet or network interface. The data gets stored in CloudWatch logs and you can then use it for troubleshooting and profiling your network flow, but it's not going to give you network packet inspection. There's also AWS WAF, and this protects your web applications against known exploits like SQL injection and cross-site scripting. But again, AWS WAF, it doesn't inspect the network packets. So what about host-based firewalls like iptables or Windows Firewall? So iptables is the firewall that you get in Linux, and it allows you to filter traffic based on ports and protocols. But again, neither iptables nor Windows Firewall is going to inspect network packets. So unfortunately, none of these tools actually inspect traffic or perform deep packet inspection. So what can we use? Well, in this case, we need to use a third-party solution. So AWS does not provide a solution for network packet inspection, IDS or IPS. And instead, you're going to need to run a host-based solution in EC2. And there are a few different vendors which provide really good host-based solution for network packet inspection or deep inspection. And they are AlertLogic, Trend Micro, and McAfee. And you can install software from these vendors on your EC2 instance and manage it yourself. However, the easiest way to do this is to go to AWS Marketplace and see what's on offer there. And I'm just going to show you the AWS Marketplace in case you haven't seen it before. So the webpage is simply aws.amazon.com/marketplace. And AWS Marketplace is an online store which allows you to launch pre-configured software installed on an EC2 instance of your choice. You pay only for what you need, and the charges appear on your AWS bill. So it's effectively like buying a pre-configured software appliance which runs in AWS. And it's still hosted on an EC2 instance, only you don't have the heavy lifting involved in installing that software yourself. And if you know what you're looking for, you can search for it in the search box. But if we scroll down to the popular categories and just click on security, so the first thing that's coming up for me is the Trend Micro Deep Security as a Service. And it's a hosted solution which you can just subscribe to. It's really quick to get set up and it's just on a pay-as-you-go model. And of course, you can go in and search for whatever you want. So we can search for McAfee. I always spell it wrong. We can search for IDS. And you can filter it by vendor, depending which vendor you want to use. And you can purchase these all through the AWS Marketplace. So what about the exam tips for network packet inspection? Just remember that none of the following provide network packet inspection. So flow logs, AWS WAF, and host-based firewalls like iptables or Windows Firewall, they're not going to do network packet inspection. So they are not going to inspect the contents of your packet. Instead, you're going to need to use a third-party solution for both network packet inspection and IDS or IPS. And you can either install third-party software on your EC2 instance or simply search in the AWS Marketplace. And there are three main vendors for this kind of solution. You've got AlertLogic, Trend Micro, and McAfee. So that is the end of this lecture. If you have any questions, please let me know. If not, feel free to move on to the next lecture. Thank you.